eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying. She's so beautiful, and I tell her every day. Yeah, I know, when I compliment her, she won't believe me, and it's so.
Hi everyone, I was looking on YouTube for a simple yet comprehensive video on iridology so that I could post up on my Facebook page and kind of introduce what iridology is and what iridologists do. But I couldn't find anything, so then I decided to make my own video and just post that up instead. So this is basically going to be a small video, just introducing iridology and just basically going through what iridologists see or find in an iris. Before we get to what iridology is, I'd just like to introduce myself to you guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Yaz. I hold a Bachelor of Science majoring in Nutrition and Food. I graduated from the University of Western Sydney last year, and I've been practicing since then. Now, in my career as a nutritionist, I came across a couple of really influential naturopaths who introduced me to iridology, and I've been really interested and fascinated since then. And as a result of that, I did the diploma course in integrated iridology with Tony Miller. Now, integrated iridology is a little bit different, or very different to your typical or regular iridology certificate, just because it does combine the European style or method of iridology teaching plus your American method. So it's very comprehensive and very detailed. And yeah, basically it was really interesting to do it, and I've been practicing as an iridologist since then. So now we get to what is iridology. So iridology is a non-invasive method of assessing one's health. It's basically looking into the iris of the eye, or the colored section of your eye, and we look for color. We look for pigmentation, which is just small dots that appear inside the iris, and we look for fiber density. We also look for some structural symbols that have significant meanings in terms of health. So I'll show you what an iris looks like when you look into it with a professional camera. So all those photographs are taken with my camera, and they're pictures of my current and previous clients. This here is an example of a blue iris, or what we call a lymphatic iris. We call it lymphatic because people with this color iris are most likely to develop lymphatic system issues such as tonsillitis, sinusitis, or postnasal drips, or congestion of the lungs. Now, lactose and gluten can cause a lot of mucus for those people, and so they're better off avoiding those kind of foods. Having said that, that doesn't mean that people with darker irises don't develop those kind of conditions. It's just that people with blue irises are more prone to those kind of conditions. Okay, so this is another example of a lymphatic / blue iris. Because of all the yellowing that's going on in the fibers of the iris, to the naked eye this will appear green. The yellowing of the fibers of the iris can indicate kidney malfunction. Now, this photo is of an 18-year-old girl who doesn't suffer any symptoms of kidney malfunction, but her mother has had kidney stones in the past. So what those markings suggest is that even though you've got markings which are genetically passed on to you, if you choose to live a healthy lifestyle, you can avoid developing those conditions in the future. Okay, so now we've got the brown eyes, or what we call hematogenic irises. Now, those kind of irises are most likely to get digestive issues and blood type issues. This particular person is anemic, and she's got a 4-year-old daughter who's, interestingly enough, has the same iris structure. Now, as a nutritionist, I had to advise the mother that if she makes sure her daughter gets enough iron in her food or diet, and if they are vegetarian, that they get enough bioavailable iron from their diet. So finally, we've got the mixed color irises. So basically in iridology, we don't have a green colored eye or gray colored eye. It's basically a blue or lymphatic, brown or hematogenic, or mixed, which is a mixture of blue and brown. This here is a mixed constitution. This particular eye was the first eye I looked into after I got my tools for iridology. And I guess I was really fortunate to witness or have a look at this eye because, as you can see, the pupil or the black section of this eye has a massive chunk missing. Now, this isn't actually a massive chunk missing, it's only a genetic defect and it doesn't have any significant health meanings or significance. This mixed iris was the second iris I observed. Basically, I know this person on a personal level, and when I did look into his eyes, I was really fascinated by the structures and the colors of his eyes. As you can observe, the edge of his iris has a darkened color. Now, this on an emotional level of iridology is called a ring of purpose. People with those kind of rings always feel like they have a purpose in life, and when they achieve those purposes, they feel fulfilled. Now, this person has always wanted to become an inventor or a scientist or make some kind of a discovery. Now, on a physical level of iridology, this ring suggests that this person has skin conditions, and indeed this person has eczema. I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes you see openings in the fibers of the eyes. Those are weakened areas. Okay, so every part of the eye corresponds to a different organ. And in this person's eye, one of those openings or flower structures correspond to the liver. Now, this person has a fatty liver, although he's never had a drink in his life and he doesn't really drink a lot of coffee. But what he did when he was a child, he had a diet which was very high in red meats. And as a result of that, now he suffers from a fatty liver. So last, I want to talk about this particular iris just because there was a few things to point out. This client came to me for weight loss because she found it really hard to lose weight. So I suspected that her thyroid was underactive. And if you have a look from between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock on her iris, you see two highlighted fibers, which suggest that her thyroid was underactive. Now, apart from her thyroid, if you have a look at the orange in the center of her eyes, this suggests pancreatic issues. She does have a sweet tooth, and she also has a lot of enzyme deficiencies because she suffers from bloating after she has a meal. And obviously she had to address those problems before she actually starts losing weight. Apart from that, I noticed a couple of markings on the sinus areas, and this person is very prone to inflammation in the sinuses. So there you have it, iridology explained in about 10 minutes. I hope I was able to explain to you what iridology can offer, and hopefully you got a clear picture of what it is. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to either message me on Facebook. I've got my telephone number on my Facebook page, so you can just message me or call me, or you can just email me on this email address. Also, please like my page and share it with others. This might not be of interest to you, but it could be of benefit to somebody else you might know. So thanks again for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for others. Bye.